The voice is audible and clear. So you'll sing this bhajan today. Please speak on. Yadi Prabhupada na Hoito. Yadi Prabhupada na Hoito, tabe ki Hoito, e jivana vahita kishe. Yadi Prabhupada na Hoito, tabe ki Hoito, e jivana vahita kishe. Yadi Prabhupada Hoito, tabe ki Hoito, e jivana vahita kishe. Yadi Prabhupada Hoito, tabe ki Hoito, e jivana vahita kishe. Nitai gore rapa karuna ke dita sakala deshe. Nitai gore apara karuna ke dita sakala deshe. Nitai gore apara karuna kedita sakala deshe. Nitai gore apara karuna kedita sakala deshe. Yadi Prabhupada Hoito, tabe ki Hoito, e jivana vahita kishe. Yadi Prabhupada Hoito, tabe ki Hoito, e jivana vahita kishe. Paschate rayata papidurachari shunyavadi mayavadi. Paschate rayata papidurachari shunyavadi mayavadi. Tadera uttara karibare mana hena kono daya nidhi. Tadera uttara karibare mana hena kono daya nidhi. Yadi Prabhupada Hoito, tabe ki Hoito, e jivana vahita kishe. Yadi Prabhupada Hoito, tabe ki Hoito, e jivana vahita kishe. Tadera nikate kona jana asi bilayate harina. Tadera nikate kona jana asi bilayate harina. Sabaya jiva rupe gatita tadera kehayete aguyana. Sabaya jiva rupe gatita tadera kehayete aguyana.
यदि प्रभुपाद न होते ताभे की होइतो हे जीवन बाहे किसे यदि प्रभुपाद न होइतो ताभे की होइतो हे जीवन बाहे किसे देशे देशे हरि विग्रह सेवा आरती रात्रे दिने देशे देशे हरि विग्रह सेवा आरती रात्रे दिने रथ यात्रे देवे महोत्सवा सब शिकायत कोनो जाने रथ यात्रे महोत्सवा सब शिकायत कोनो जाने यदि प्रभुपाद न होइतो ताबे की होइतो हे जीवन बाहे किसे यदि प्रभुपाद न होइतो ताबे की होइतो हे जीवन बाहे किसे गीता भगवता चैतन्य चरिता प्रेमामृता रससारा गीता भगवता चैतन्य चरिता प्रेमामृता रससारा कतना सुंदर सकल करिया के बोझाई तारा कतना सुंदर सरल करिया के बोझाई तारा यदि प्रभुपाद न होइतो ताबे की होइतो हे जीवन बाहे किसे यदि प्रभुपाद न होइतो ताबे की होइतो हे जीवन बाहे किसे कथा कष्ट सहे प्रीतमाने रहे केवदिता हरि नाम कथा कष्ट सहे प्रीतमाने रहे केवदिता हरि नाम केदिता मदरे पुरे वृंदावना मायापुरा माता धामा केदिता मदरे पुरे वृंदावना मायापुरा माता धामा यदि प्रभुपाद न होइतो ताबे की होइतो हे जीवन बाहे किसे यदि प्रभुपाद न होइतो ताबे की होइतो हे जीवन बाहे किसे परम मंगल श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभुर शिक्षा दान परम मंगल श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभुर शिक्षा आचार्य प्रचारे सदा आमे धरे हे करे ते नियोजना आचार्य प्रचारे सदा आमे हे करे ते नियोजना यदि प्रभुपाद न होइतो ताबे की होइतो ए जीवन बाहे पीछे Prabhupada Hoito ताबे की होइतो ए जीवन बाहे पीछे Hema kalpataro nitai gaurera kripakana labhi bhare Hema kalpataro nitai gaurera kripakana labhi bhare Nirvadi jaya pataka hridaya Tomare sharana kare Nirvadi jaya pataka hridaya Tomare sharana kare Yadi Prabhupada Hoito tabe ki hoito Ye jivana bahe kadishe Yadi Prabhupada Hoito tabe ki hoito Ye jivana bahe kadishe Yadi Prabhupada Hoito tabe ki hoito E jivana bahe kadishe Yadi Prabhupada Hoito tabe ki hoito E jivana bahe kadishe जय विष्णुपाद परम सपरिव्राज का आचार्य अष्टोत्तरशीता श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परम सपरिव्राज का आचार्य अष्टोत्तरशीता श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की नवदीप धाम की गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की all glorious to assembled devotees all glorious to assembled devotees all glorious to assembled devotees all glories all glories all glories all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada. We can display 10 to 31. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nastapradeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, a different verse today. So it's very important verse, I thought to take. 10th canto, chapter 2, verse number 31. So chapter 2, its title is Prayers by Demigods for Lord Krishna in the Womb. Swayam samuttirya sudustaram duyam Swayam samuttirya sudustaram dyuvan Bhavanavam bhimam adabra sauhrada Bhavanavam bhimam adabra sauhrada Bhavat padambo ruhanava matrate Bhavat padamboruhanamamatrate Nidaya yatha sadanugraho bhavan Nidaya yatha sadanugraho bhavan Swayam samuttirya sudustaram dyuman Bhavanavam bhimam adapra sauhrudha Bhavat padambo ruhanavamatrate Nidaya yata sad anugraho bhavan Swayam samuttirya sudustaram dyuman Bhavanavam bhimam adapra sauhrudha Bhavat padambo ruhanavamatrate Nidaya yata sadanugraho bhavan Swayam samuttirya sudustaram dyuman Bhavanavam bhimam adapra sauhridam
Swayam samuttirya sudustaram dyuman Bhavanavam bhimam adapra sauhridam Bhavat Nidaya sadanugraho bhavan
Swayam samuttirya sudustaram dyuman
Swayam samuttirya sudustaram dyuman
Bhavanavam bhima adapra sauhridam
Bhavanavam bhimam adapra sauhridam
Bhavat padambo ruhanavamatrate
Bhavat padambo ruhanavamatrate
Nidaya yata sad anugraho bhavan
Nidaya sadanugraho bhavan
Outward meanings Swayam
Swayam
personally Samuttirya perfectly crossing Sudustaram which is very difficult to cross Dyuman O Lord who appear exactly like the sun illuminating the darkness of this world of ignorance Bhava Arnavam the ocean of nescience Bhimam which is extremely fierce Adabra Sauhrada devotees who are incessantly friendly to the fallen souls Bhavat Pada Amboruha your lotus feet Navam the boat for crossing Atra in this world Te they the Vaishnavas Nidhaya leaving behind Yatha on the ultimate destination onto the ultimate destination Vaikunta Sat Anugraha who are always kind and merciful to the devotees Bhavan you Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Translation O Lord who resemble the shining sun you are always ready to fulfill the desire of your devotee and therefore you are known as the desire tree Vancha Kalpataru. When acharyas completely take shelter under your lotus feet in order to cross the fierce ocean of nescience, they leave behind on earth the method by which they cross. And because you are very merciful to your other devotees, you accept this method to help them. Purport. This statement reveals how the merciful Acharyas and merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead together help the serious devotee who wants to return home back to Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his teachings to Rupa Goswami said, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiv Guru Krishna Prasade Bhai Bhakti Lata. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 19:151. One can achieve the seed of Bhakti Lata, devotional service, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. The duty of the Guru is to find the means according to the time, the circumstances, and the candidate by which one can be induced to render devotional service, which Krishna accepts from a candidate who wants to be successful in going back home, back to Godhead. After wandering throughout the universe, a fortunate person within this material world seeks shelter of such a Guru or Acharya who trains the devotee in the suitable ways to render service according to the circumstances so that the Supreme Personality of Godhead will accept the service. This makes it easier for the candidate to reach the ultimate destination. The Acharya's duty, therefore, is to find the means by which devotees may render service according to references from Shastra. Rupa Goswami, for example, in order to help subsequent devotees, published such devotional books as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Thus, it is the duty of the Acharya to publish books that will help for future candidates take up the method of service and become eligible to return home back to Godhead by the mercy of the Lord. In our Krishna consciousness movement, this same path is being prescribed and followed. Thus, the devotees have been advised to refrain from sinful activities, illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling, and to chant 16 rounds a day. These are bona fide instructions. Because in Western countries, constant chanting is not possible, one should not artificially imitate Haridas Thakur, but should follow this method. Krishna will accept a devotee who strictly follows the regulative principles and the method prescribed in the various books and literatures published by the authorities. The Acharya gives the suitable method for crossing the ocean of nescience by accepting the boat of the Lord's lotus feet. And if this method is strictly followed, the followers will ultimately reach the destination by the grace of the Lord. This method is called Acharya Sampradaya. It is therefore said, Sampradaya Vihinaye Mantraste Nishvala Matha, Padma Puran. The Acharya Sampradaya is strictly bona fide. Therefore, one must accept the Acharya Sampradaya. Otherwise, one's endeavor will be futile. Srila Narottam Das Thakur therefore sings, Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanadvas. Janame Janame Hoi Ei Vilas. One must worship the lotus feet of the Acharya and live within the society of devotees. Then one's endeavor to cross over nescience will surely be successful. Om Jnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Dalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jatvancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataram. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for our Saturday morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. So what is that foremost thing a devotee needs to advance rapidly, fastly in devotion service? Joshi? Dhrida Shraddha. Not faith, strong faith, staunch faith. Yes, how many of you know the definition for the Dhrida Shraddha? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one by one, please tell. Joshi.
श्रद्धा सत्य विश्वास है कृष्ण भक्ति का संग करने होता है श्री मंदिर
Good. Meaning?
means the word nothing. It will be intense when we apply this theory of the practical things. Krishna bhakti. When we do Krishna, devotion service to Krishna, everything will be good. Everything is all the things.
Okay, good. Daru? You raise your hand now? Same.
It means that the meaning of words are very suited and suited. When is 100% sure that if he renders devotional service to Krishna, Krishna will take care of everything. That is
Number two?
also the Vishwasa Krishna Krishna meaning is Shraddha would be like Shraddha. Submit Lord will find. We have that form here, then we will discharge into your devotion.
Okay. Don't do?
श्रद्धा सत्य विश्वास कृष्ण भक्ति का सर्व करने होता है. So
Shloka number. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 22:62. 2.
So श्रद्धा सत्य विश्वास विश्वास और faith principle पर समझना important है. When we perform devotional service at the Lord's because with dhrida instead.
Okay. Next, American Tapu. Yes. So everyone should memorize this particular verse. Whether you know Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra, no problem. This verse should be learned by you. So next week I'll ask all others also. Okay? It's a very important verse. So this shloka says how to increase the faith. Basically, if we do devotion service unto the Lord only and nothing else, no other duties need not be done. Just render devotion service. All the other duties will be automatically taken care. So that is the meaning of this particular verse. So coming to today's discussion, 10 to 31, Srimad Bhagavatam. So this circumstance or the context. So where Lord Krishna is in the womb of Mother Devaki, and all the demigods know this Lord is appearing. So all the demigods came there. Of course, Devaki was not able to see. So all the demigods are offering prayers. So unto Lord Krishna, who is in the womb of Devaki. So in those prayers, this is one of the important prayer. So which is part of our discussion. So they are telling, "O Lord, who resemble the shining sun, you are always ready to fulfill the desire of your devotee, and therefore you are known as the desired tree, Vancha Kalpataru. When acharyas completely take shelter under your lotus feet in order to cross the fierce ocean of innocence, they leave behind on earth the method by which they cross. And because you are very merciful to your other devotees, you accept this method to help them." So here faith means there are various categories. Faith on Krishna, faith on the Shastra, faith on the Acharya. So that's why Sadhu, Guru, Shastra. So faith means faith on all the three aspects. Sadhu, Guru, and Shastra, and automatically there is Lord. So this is called faith. So in this particular verse, so Prabhupada is also telling, and all the demigods also praying, that how to develop that faith on the Acharya. So why one should have faith on the Acharya? Purport. So this statement reveals how merciful Acharyas and the merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead together help the serious devotee who wants to return home back to Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his teaching Swarup Goswami said, Brahmanda Pramite Kona Bhakyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade by Bhakti Ladam. Did you find out the sloka? So one can achieve the seed of Bhakti Lata, devotional service, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. The duty of the Guru is to find the means according to the time, the circumstance, and the candidate by which one can be induced to render devotional service, which Krishna accepts from the candidate who wants to be successful in going back home back to Godhead. So important words this is. So all the living entities are struggling in this material world for what? Happiness. So what is the reason we all came here? Happiness. Leaving that higher happiness, we got some higher happiness here. Ichha dvesha samutvena bhanga mohena bharata. 7th chapter, what's number? 27, Bhagavad Gita. So where Krishna is telling how all of us conditioned living entities got conditioned in this material world is only because of this Ichha and Dvesha. Ichha means desire, to enjoy separate from Krishna. And Dvesha, enviousness towards Krishna. So this point I want to clear once again. So those who are not having this clarity on this point. So in general, I take reading sessions for all those connected students and who are staying far away. So when I tell them, Hare Krishna, we all the living entities in this material world are envious of Krishna. That's why we are here. In fact, everyone in this reading session told, Prabhuji, how can you tell that? I asked them, do you accept this? No. Why don't you accept this? Prabhuji, how can I be envious of Krishna then? Because every time chanting 16 rounds. So this particular devotee was telling this one particular devotee. Every time offering worship to Jagannath, every day I personally cook. And I offer it to Jagannath. I am doing so much of service. Then how can you tell that I am envious of Krishna? Asked him one question. You don't have any material desires? Yes, Prabhuji, I have. The point that says that I have material desire to enjoy in this world, that proves that we are envious of Krishna. Who is the supreme enjoyer? Reference? Bhokta aram yagya tapasam sarvaloka. Bhokta, bhoga means enjoyment. And who is that supreme enjoyer? Is only Krishna and no one else. On the other side, if we think that I am the supreme enjoyer, I want to enjoy, this proves that I don't want Krishna to be enjoying. I want myself to get the enjoyment. This proves that we are envious of Krishna. Clarified everyone here? Yes? If I get gulab jamun for you, what will be the thought process now? Bro, you made gulab jamun today? Naradu? No, take it up. If I get a gulab jamun, so what is the thought process immediately after looking at it? You want it. But have you ever asked the question, is it offered to Krishna or not? Never, right? The thought will not come. I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy. This proves we are all are envious of Krishna. Another way to see. So definitely we are envious of other living entities. Since we are in the association of devotees, it's natural to be envious of other devotees also. May not be every devotee, but some slightness will be there. Some other devotee is doing very nice in devotional service. May be chanting very nicely, is doing preaching very nicely, whatever it is. That thought, little bit, very difficult to take it, but it's true. We get some enviousness in the heart. How is he able to do so much? That thought comes inside the mind. This proves that we are envious of other devotees. So this proves that since we are envious of other living entities, that we are already automatically envious of Krishna. That enviousness towards Krishna will be manifested in the form of enviousness to the other living entities. So because of this Ichcha and Dvesha, enviousness towards Krishna and enjoyment tendency separate from Krishna. So these two things will keep a living entity conditioned in this material world. And because of this conditioned life, a living entity is always in misery. So that is what Krishna is telling in 15th chapter, verse number 6. What is the verse? Yes, that, yes. Mamaivamsha jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manasastani indriyani prakriti stani karshati. Since we want to enjoy, Krishna has given all these material senses and the material mind for us, so that we think that we'll enjoy. But because of these things, we are actually karshati. We are actually struggling in this material world. And to come to this understanding that I'm actually suffering in this material world, it's very difficult. Yesterday in Bhakti Vaibhava class also, so that senior devotee was telling this. To come to the understanding that I'm suffering in this material world, that is also very, very rare. If we just look at other living entities, they are suffering because of their previous karma. But they'll not have this question mark, why am I suffering? So what to talk about other living entities, even in the human species also. To get this thought is very difficult. And if anyone is getting this thought that I am actually suffering, why am I suffering? How to get out of the suffering? It's very, very rare. Very, very rare. So after getting this thought, this question mark, some people will come with inquisitiveness to a spiritual organization, or they want to read some spiritual books, or they want to approach a spiritual guru. But in this, who are bona fide and not, to approach a bona fide guru, bona fide shastra, and bona fide association with devotees is also very, very rare. Correct? There are many so-called spiritual organizations in the entire world, and many inquisitive, sincere people are there who wants to take up spiritual life, who want to take up Krishna consciousness. But because of the misguided civilization, many of them are taking in a wrong path, not knowing the knowledge, where to approach. So which is the right path, who is the right guru, which is the right shastra to approach? Many people don't know this. Only few will come to Srila Prabhupada's shelter and read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam given by Srila Prabhupada and transform their life. So who is that right Acharya, right Guru? He is the one who gives the process of devotional service which help us to connect to Krishna according to time, place and circumstance. That is what Prabhupada is telling. So previously, many ages before, the process of devotional service is something else. Now according to time, place, circumstance, the same process, the process same devotional service. But how to practice it? That Acharya with his intelligence and the mercy of the Lord, he gives the process, which people in the current age and for the rest of eternity can follow. And that is what Srila Prabhupada has given for us. So you can see in the purport also. The duty of the Guru is to find the means according to the time, the circumstance and the candidate by which one can be induced to render devotional service. So how to connect back to Krishna? So we all are enjoying or in spiritual bliss in Vaikuntha in the spiritual world. And leaving that, we came here and struggling. So what is the goal of life? To go back home, back to Godhead and be with Krishna eternally and serve him with complete bliss. But how to do that? There is a process. So we have to follow that process. And who gives that process is the Acharya. Now one may ask a question, Prabhuji, what is the proof that whatever Acharya is giving, is it correct or not? I may have a doubt, right? Because many other processes are also there. So why I should accept this Acharya process only? That is what even the demigods are telling in the translation. So when acharyas completely take shelter under your lotus feet in the order to cross the fierce ocean of nescience, leave behind on the earth the method by which they crosses. And because you are very merciful to your other devotees, you accept this method to help them. So Acharya will give the process and Krishna is accepting that method. So you can understand here. So Krishna is accepting the method of the Acharya given. So basically we should have that faith on the Acharya, immediate Acharya for this. Who is our Acharya now? Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Yeah. So we should have that complete faith, conviction. So whatever Srila Prabhupada has given is in itself perfect. So when we have the faith on Acharya, what do? We follow the Acharya. So we'll not have the doubts. Let's see the purport. After wandering throughout the universe, a fortunate person within this material world seeks shelter of such a guru or acharya who trains the devotee in a suitable ways to render service according to the circumstance so that the Supreme Personality of Godhead will accept the service. This makes it easier for the candidate to reach the ultimate destination. So since the acharya has given the process according to time, place, circumstance, this process makes a living entity easy for him to go back home. The Acharya's duty, therefore, is to find the means by which devotees may render service according to the references from Shastra. So does this Acharya will give something new from his mind? No. So whatever is given in the Shastra, that is what he gives. According to the time, place and circumstance. So Acharya will never ever give something new. So that we have to understand. So like we have our Ritik friends. They also tell the same thing. Acharya, he can do anything. Yes, he can do anything. But even that great Acharya also cannot go beyond the Shastra. He is also under the Shastra. He'll give the injections according to the Shastra. He'll not go something beyond. Maybe sometimes the details may change. Ultimately, the principle will be the same. In our Krishna consciousness movement, this same path is prescribed and followed. Thus, the devotees have been advised to refrain from 4 sinful activities: illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. So we have to give up all the 4 these sinful activities. Of course, there are various kinds of sinful activities. Everything is categorized into these 4. So one has to give up these sinful activities, and one has to chant 16 rounds a day. So it's 16 rounds minimum, 16 rounds. These are bona fide instructions. Because in the Western countries, constant chanting is not possible, one should not artificially imitate Haridas Thakur, but should follow this method. One may think, Prabhuji, what is 16 rounds and all? You have to sit at one place, chant Hare Krishna, full day and night. Prabhupada is warning here. We cannot imitate. Because we don't have the taste now. Anyone here can sit and chant 24 hours. So that means we have become beyond this bodily conception, right? So that is what our Goswamis are doing. Nidrahara viharakadi vijitau chatyanta dinacho. So they gave up nidra, ahara, recreation, everything, and they are able to chant, preach without any food. So they would have at least 1 roti, 2 roti, something. Sometimes only a cup of buttermilk. Can you try it? 2 rotis, little buttermilk daily, once in a day. It's very difficult. It's very difficult because we haven't come beyond this bodily conception. So when we are in the bodily conception, so we have to follow the Shastra under the guidance of the Acharyas. So what Prabhupada is telling? Follow 4 regulative principles. That is no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no intoxication. So in gambling also recently we got to know even the mutual funds. We know this stock market is gambling, comes under gambling. Even the mutual funds also comes under gambling. So no devotees, even in the future if you have plan, so don't take up this. This also comes under gambling only. So we have to follow this 4 regulative principles with Kaya, Vacha and Mansa. That is not just externally, through our mind, words, and body. So we should not act upon it through our body, and we should not speak about it, think about it, and not speak and not think also. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. On the 3 levels, we have to follow this, following 4 regulative principles. And generally, whenever Srila Prabhupada writes, we have to follow regulative principles. It also means following the regulative principles of devotional service. So what are the regulative principles of devotional service? Shavanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Marchanam, Vandanam, Dasam, Chakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Shloka number? Yes, correct. Srimad Bhagavatam, correct. Canto 7, perfectly correct. Chapter 5. Prahlad Maharaj. Amazing. Hiranyakashipu. Tell the whole story. Chapter 7, Canto 7, Chapter 5, what's number? 23-24 or 24-25. So where Prahlad is telling this. So anyone who dedicates their life for this process of Shravanam Kirtanam and so on, so this person is known as the most intelligent person. Who is the intelligent person in this world? Some PhD, some MD of the office. So when we think like this, on the material platform, but who is the actual intelligent person? Prahlad is telling, who dedicates their life for the process of devotional service. So he is the most intelligent. Dedicates means daily 2-3 hours, correct? That is also dedication. So a complete dedication is required. 24 hours. Just doing Shravanam Kirtanam, all the devotional service. He is known as the most intelligent person. How many of us wants to become intelligent person? Most intelligent? Jai, external, you can raise the hand, no problem. Internal, whatever you think. Then we should dedicate our life, as Prahlad is telling. So these are the regulative principles of devotional service. And one should follow this strictly. And if this method is followed strictly, Prabhupada is continuing, the followers will ultimately reach the destination by the grace of the Lord. So when we follow the instructions given by the Acharya, then we get the mercy of the Krishna. So then by the grace of Krishna, by the mercy of Krishna, one can be delivered from this material world. So following this Acharya is called, this method is called Acharya Sampradaya. It is therefore said, Sampradaya Vihinaya Ye Mantraste Nishvala Mata Padma Puran. So anyone who is following some so-called kind of devotional service, which is not authorized by the Acharya and the Shastra, it's not proper. Nishvala Mataha. Whatever is doing, just waste of time. There will be no result for it. The Acharya Sampradaya is strictly bona fide. Therefore, one must accept the Acharya Sampradaya. So for us, what is Acharya Sampradaya? Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, ISKCON Sampradaya. Our devotees are very clear. ISKCON should be there. Otherwise, one's endeavor will be futile. Srila Narottam Das Thakur therefore sings, Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Vas. Janame Janame Hoi Ei Abhilash. One must worship the lotus feet of the Acharya and live with the society of devotees. So what is society of devotees for us? International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So we should never leave ISKCON. So this is our society. Maybe you may be in the base. So when you want to get married or you want to join the ashram, then you can leave the association of base devotees. That's no problem. So you cannot tell that I'll stay in the base forever and not get married also. I'll not join the ashram also. This is not correct. So only we can leave the association when we association of base devotees. When we join the some of the other ashram. But this specifically is mentioned here, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. This society we cannot live. Then one's endeavor to cross over nescience will be surely be successful. So basically we have to have the full faith on the Acharya. What Srila Prabhupada has given, the principles, the instructions, have full capacity that they will deliver us from this material world. So why we should have this faith? Because Krishna is accepting this. Krishna is accepting this. So without Prabhupada, so what will be our situation? Let's open the bhajan now, which we have sent. It's in relation with this particular verse. Again, we'll sing once again. Yadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito e jivana baheta kishre. Yadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito e jivana baheta kishre. Nitai gaurera para karuna kedita sakala dese. Nitai gaurera para karuna kedita sakala dese. So similar bhajan was written by Vasudev Ghosh. So glorifying Gauranga. Yadi Gaura na hoito. So they say this bhajan, so take an inspiration from that similar bhajan and written by His Holiness Jaipatak Swami Maharaj. So glorifying Srila Prabhupada. So it's telling here, if Srila Prabhupada is not there, what would be our life? You can display the translation also. So what would have happened for us? Nitai gaurera apara karuna ke dita sakala dese. So without Srila Prabhupada, how would you have got the unlimited mercy of Nitai Gaur Chandra? Vrindavan Das Tagore. So tomorrow is his appearance or disappearance? Something is it. So he has sung Parama Karuna Pahudoi Jana Nitai Chandra. So it's written, the most merciful incarnations in the three worlds is Gaurachandra and Nityananda. Because they have given such a wonderful process, everyone can do with bliss. So there is no hard austerities for us. In the previous ages, they would do a lot of austerities to attain perfection, to control their senses. Now, none of our superiors are telling. So at 12 o'clock midday, there will be sun on the top. Sit in the hall here, outside, put all the fire around us. Sit there. No, none of us telling. In the winters, go to Ganga and sit there. Water till here. No one is telling this strong, serious, severe austerities. So they have given the simple process. By just chanting Hare Krishna mantra, giving up the sinful activities, and following the regulative principles of devotional service, one can attain the highest form of devotion, that is Krishna Prem. So Nitai and Gaura, so they have given this process. So they have given this process when? 500 years before. So 500 years before we got this process. But after 500 years, going through these various centuries, 5 centuries, and we are getting this wonderful process of devotional service. How we are getting? It's only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So just imagine, Prabhupada is not there. What will be our situation? Today we are telling, Prabhuji, I'm wearing dhoti kurta, I'm staying in the base, I'm staying in the ashram, I'm wearing kanti mala, putting tilak, left all the nonsensical activities, I'm ordering only prasadam. Everyone holding only prasadam, no? We should have only prasadam, nothing else. And we are thinking of breaking the cycle of birth and death and attaining highest perfection in the age of Kali, 21st century, where everywhere there is only sense gratification, nothing else. And we are thinking this way, the thought process also changed. Why? It's only because of Srila Prabhupada, because of ISKCON. Just imagine, there is no ISKCON now. What will be our situation? Just think about ourselves. Definitely, I would have not come to this process of bhakti. All of us have some interest in bhakti, for sure. But we don't have a proper method to follow particularly and advance. There are many spiritualists. You can go everywhere, in every state, every place, there are spiritualists. And there is some process, some concocted, some bona fide, something whatever. Some process is there. Now, what is the difference within the present process which is given by Srila Prabhupada, by the Guru Parampara, for us, and the process followed by those so-called spiritualists outside? What is the difference? You please tell.
Prabhupada has given the process according to the times which can accommodate all entire world as per their condition. Even their condition can be seen.
Okay. So Srila Prabhupada has given the process which is according to time, place, and circumstance. Very good.
One is it is in the line of parampara, not one of one, in accordance with Guru Kalpas, with defined goal, which is unabhilashit.
Okay. Very good. Yes. So this process is given from the Shastras. There is no concoctions. And there is only one goal here. Just to attain Krishna, that's it.
There is no sales rights.
Okay. There are no so-called welfare activities, material welfare activities. The goal is clear. Anyabhilasha, the pure desire just to serve Krishna. Yes. What are the differences between other spiritual organizations or the process and the present our process?
Even the other spiritual organizations, whether they have some little thing related to Shastra, so like if like they are not connected to the Guru Parampara, so that is like the poison of the serpent, whatever coming from them.
Same point. Others may not be in the parampara. Any other differences which you see? Need not be only organization, any spiritualist. Lord is in the center. Okay, here we keep the Lord as a center. Okay, good. We have mentor system. Okay, there is always a person who is always will guide us.
In other organization, the Guru will be promoted, not Krishna.
Okay, very good point. Yes. Say in other organization, so Krishna will not be the prominent. The personality who is there, Acharya, he is the prominent. But the completely opposite in ISKCON. So anyone who talks about ISKCON or Hare Krishna, general ISKCON, when people hear ISKCON, first thing they'll hear, they'll get to know is Hare Krishna Mahamantra or Krishna. Even for me also, when I heard for the first time ISKCON temple, ISKCON, I know Hare Krishna wale. I don't know who is Prabhupada. I don't know. Sometimes I used to watch in TV, though they'll play some documentary in the childhood I used to see. So Prabhupada will be singing and he'll be documenting Hare Krishna bhajan will be going on behind. And Prabhupada will be going meeting the devotees like this. And that I know, that's what. I know there is some person like this. I don't know his name also. After attending the sessions here, then I got to know who is Prabhupada. And it's correct, yes, in ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada kept Krishna as a center. Hare Krishna mantra as a center. He never put himself as a center. Yes, very nice point. Any other differences?
He never discriminated.
Okay, he never discriminated anyone. So he gave the option for everyone. So everyone can take a bhakti. There is no restriction for it. Good.
Generally, what others think about preaching outside the Muslim country, so the sannyasi won't cross the ocean. They feel that it is contaminated.
Yes.
The thing is that this case of Bhavajanika, so Prabhupada implemented this and your Krishna consciousness internationally.
Good. Yes. Preaching outside. Others will not think. So which parampara went outside and preached? And became successful all over the world?
Generally, there are some Sampradaya process, only Brahmanas are qualified to do it. So, at this point, I would say that.
Okay, this is another point. Yes. So there are some bona fide Sampradayas also who tell if you are only born in Brahmana family, then you are a Brahmana. Only then you can worship the Lord. Others you cannot. Yes. But Srila Prabhupada didn't keep, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't keep any restriction like this. Anyone can take up devotional service. Because everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. No? Everyone has the right to connect back to Krishna. He need not wait in the next life to become Brahmana. Nothing. Not required. Anyone can take a bhakti. Yes. And also we can see the effects of the process in devotional service in ISKCON. or process given by Srila Prabhupada. How the hearts, the lives got transformed. Just look at ourselves. So before coming to ISKCON, even though we may have some spirituality in our life, definitely we have our parents, they have some spirituality given to us. But such a drastic change in our transformation is only because of the process given by Srila Prabhupada. Yes or no? Everyone should accept this. So wearing dhoti kurta, putting tilak, and getting actually the association of devotees. Sadhu Sangha is very important. Sadhu means not just one sadhu. Sadhu means we should have a lot of devotees. It's a family. So that's why Srila Prabhupada has created a home where the whole world can stay. So we should have sadhus around us, not just one sadhu. Sadhus. So Srila Prabhupada has created that particular entity as ISKCON. So the effect, so whenever anyone comes in touch with Srila Prabhupada, his books, his teachings, his society, automatically lives has been transformed. So I still remember this particular thing, 2023. So when we were being to Vrindavan Yatra, around this time in March, April. So I had to give Saturday evening class here. And then I have to go. All the devotees, others who doesn't have a class, they boarded bus or train the day before, only Friday. So later I have to give class and catch the flight the next day. So I gave class myself, Pranjay Prabhu. So we went. So we got the flight from Bangalore, went to Delhi. From Delhi to we have to go to Vrindavan. So on the way in the station, so one person came behind us with pant shirt, bag. He's a foreigner. He told us we are in dhoti kurta, putting tilak, chanting. The person, sir, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. First I was astonished. A foreigner, looking at this, we can understand. And he's putting namaskar and telling Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I was astonished. Oh, in Delhi. Okay, Hare Krishna, I asked. How can we serve you? Prabhuji, you are going to Vrindavan? Yes, we are going to. Can I also join you? Okay, please join, no problem. So we got in the train, in the local trains to go to somewhere else. And he got there, and we started having conversation with this person. How you know Hare Krishna? You're telling Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Then he told, I asked him what is his name. His name is Russell. He's coming from Russia. And he's coming here to become full-time devotee in Vrindavan. I asked him, how you became devotee? I just read Srila Prabhupada, the Bhagavad Gita, and I joined the full-time. That's it. Finished, done. No FOE classes, nothing. Of course, he came just to stay for a few months in Vrindavan, take training and go back. That is his mood. But he read Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita and he joined the temple in Moscow. This is the power of Srila Prabhupada. His books can change people's lives. And we have innumerable examples on this. Innumerable examples. The same effect we cannot see in other Bhagavad Gitas. So there is one person, I forgot his name, he has written My Gita. One of our base devotees got a gift from his friend. My Gita. There is no Sanskrit shlokas, nothing. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verse number 1. He gave some concocted philosophy, something. After reading this, I thought, if I read completely, I'll forget the philosophy here. I threw it and the dustbin came here. So other Bhagavad Gitas you take, that will not transform the life. So this is the effect Srila Prabhupada has. You send me that person. So why we should believe in Srila Prabhupada? And this words coming in Chaitanya Mangal, Sutra Kanda, Song 12, text 565. I'm giving the reference also. So where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, in future, my Senapati Bhakta will come and preach the message of Krishna consciousness to the whole world. So the shloka says, Yadi papi chadi dharma dure dese jai, mora Senapati Bhakta eibi tathai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, he is telling this. In future, my Senapati Bhakta, who is that Senapati Bhakta who came and preached all over the world? Is Srila Prabhupada. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is confirming here. Srila Prabhupada is bona fide. Whatever process giving is perfect. Just hold on to his lotus feet and follow his instructions. That's it. Success is assured. So following Srila Prabhupada means following the instructions, following the institution given by Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada also says, so that ISKCON is his body. If we are in ISKCON following the instructions, we are serving Srila Prabhupada during his Vapu Seva, that is serving his body personally. Srila Prabhupada is not present with us physically right now, but still we can serve him physically by just staying in ISKCON following the instructions of ISKCON as given by Srila Prabhupada. Yes. So this proves that Srila Prabhupada is bona fide and we have to follow Srila Prabhupada and success is assured. And the second stanza goes, Paschate rajata papidurachari sunyavadi mayavadi. Paschate rajata papidurachari sunyavadi mayavadi. Tadare uddara karibare mana hena kono daya nidhi. Tadare uddara karibare mana hena kono daya nidhi. So which other compassionate person would have endeavored to deliver the miscreants, sinful, impersonalistic and voidistic people in the West? Who has taken this step to deliver everyone? Only sinful person? No, even the voidist, even the impersonalist miscreants. Who take these steps? Akshat Srila Prabhupada. Of course, and the glorious disciples of Srila Prabhupada who are doing this. So that's why we have the pranam mantra of Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desha Dharini. So wherever Srila Prabhupada finds, in purport also, wherever he wants to tell something, he would blast, especially the scientist, the voidist and the Mayavadis, all the various kinds of people who have different philosophy of merging into Brahman, merging into Krishna, and not having the mood of serving the Lord. But as living entities, what is our position? We are part and parcel of Krishna and we are meant to serve Krishna. And these other philosophies, they mislead the living entities. They'll remove the service attitude which we have for Krishna. That is why these are also demonic. And Srila Prabhupada came and is preaching all over the world to remove these nonsensical philosophies and help the sinful people to come to the service of Krishna. Tadera nikate kona jana asi vilayete hari nama. Tadera nikate kona jana asi vilayete hari nama. Sabaya jiva rupe gatita tadera ke hoite adhuyana. Sabaya jiva rupe gatita tadera. Who else would have come to distribute Harinam to them? Who else would have come forward to transform them into civilized beings? Basically speaking about the uncivilized people who are not following the Shastra, who would help them to deliver and who would distribute this Harinam to them is Srila Prabhupada. No other Acharya dared to go to the Western countries or other countries to preach. Who did? Is only Srila Prabhupada. So look at his merciful nature at the age of 70. Can we imagine? Now also we have some, we ourselves think, now 25, 30 our age, Whenever you get some instruction like this, just think about it. Go somewhere and preach. At least myself, we give various reasons. Prabhuji, I need this, I need that, I need this facility, I need this team, that team, so many things. But look at Srila Prabhupada, no team, nothing. His only faith is in the Harinam and the instructions of his spiritual master. Who would have taken this risk to go to West at that particular age? Look at his merciful nature. He is already always ready to deliver us. It is up to us how much advantage we want to take following Srila Prabhupada. देशे देशे हरे विग्रह सेवा आरती रात्रि दिने देशे देशे हरे विग्रह सेवा आरती रात्रि दिने रथ यात्रा दे महोत्सव सभा शिकायते कौन जाने महोत्सव सभा शिकायते कौन जाने. So Srila Prabhupada is the one who gave us the proper deity worship, which all of us are following in the base, in the ashram, in the temples, is Srila Prabhupada. And if you see in ISKCON everywhere, same timings, maybe some half an hour here and there. Some temples have Mangalat at 5 o'clock, mostly temples at 4:30 only. And everywhere you see, the same process is followed. They give Agarabati first, flower, Agarabati, Arati, Pancharati, and water, kerchief, chamar, and final pick of feather. There is nowhere in ISKCON temple you see any other ISKCON temple. First chamar, then Arati. Anywhere you have seen? No. Same standard process. Everywhere it is followed. Generally. But if you see some other temples also which are not bona fide. So there is to be one person who comes. Saturday, many of you know, some pujari who comes. He has very wonderful process of worshipping the Lord. And if you take some other person in the same group, he has different ideology to worship the Lord. In the same temple, there is a different way of worshipping, depending on one person's way of worship. He wants something else to be done, the other person wants something else to be done. But if we see any ISKCON temple, same standard is followed everywhere. And we are also all of us trying our best to follow that same thing. So this proves the authenticity of Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Everywhere it's same. And how to conduct the Rath Yatra and other grand festivals. Previously it was done only in Jagannath Puri. And now the Rath Yatra is everywhere all over the world. Even in ISKCON Whitefield also. We started a few years before. Last year we thought of doing in Marathali also. But we thought it's a huge traffic. We don't do it. So Srila Prabhupada is the one who taught us. Gita Bhagavata Chaitanya Charita Premamrata Rasa Sara. Gita Bhagavata Chaitanya Charita Premamrata Rasa Sara. Katana Sundara Sarala Kariya Ke Bujai Te Ara. Katana Sundara Sarala Kariya Ke Bujai Te Ara. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So these are the important books in our parampara, and which Srila Prabhupada has given, which are the essence of the nectar mellows of love of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada is the one who gave us in a simple language for all of us to understand and read it. If you see the previous Acharya's books in their particular language, it's very difficult to understand. But Srila Prabhupada has given in a very simple language. So that's why if in any language you see, in Telugu it's written, Bhagavad Gita Yatha Rupa. Sarala Bhasha Granda. Sarala Bhasha, it's simple language. So anyone can read Bhagavad Gita now, can understand what it's given. In a so simplified way, Srila Prabhupada is given. So Acharya's teachings are like this. So we all are like small babies. So for small babies, we'll make them eat puri, rice, bada bada, right? How do you feed them? Milk, Cerelac. Or else even if you want to make them have grains, we smash them nicely. Khichdi, smash them nicely, make into powders, and then we'll feed it. So Acharya's commentaries are like this. We are like small children. We cannot digest those commentaries very deeply. So Srila Prabhupada has taken all the commentaries of the previous Acharyas, made into small grains, and feeding us, babies like us, toddlers, so that we can take it. Who gave us in a simple form? Is Srila Prabhupada. Clearly and beautifully. If we read Prabhupada books very nicely, we can understand the rasa in it. We want to read it again and again. So there was one devotee, I think Navina Nirad Prabhu, so who came here. She was mentioning every year he would finish all Srila Prabhupada books once. All Srila Prabhupada books, all the small books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitam, all books. Once in a year he will finish it. Look at the taste. If there is no rasa in Srila Prabhupada books, why would devotees read again and again? And there are devotees who read 100 times, 150 times all Srila Prabhupada books. So we also should have goal, at least one full time we have to read all Srila Prabhupada book before dying. Of course, we'll read. We should have a goal to read at least 10 times, 15 times. That will be nice. Then we can understand what is actually the mellow, the rasa in Srila Prabhupada books. Kata kasta sahe pritamane rahe kevadita hare nama. Kata kasta sahe pritamane rahe kevadita hare nama. Kedita mandira puri vrindavana Mayapura mata dhamma. Kedita mandira puri vrindavana Mayapura mata dhamma. Who else would have tolerated all difficulties and distributed Harinam with a pleasant heart? To explain this one particular line, you all can read Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita. I cannot explain much. So how many tribulations, how many difficulties Srila Prabhupada has gone through to give the whole world this Harinam? How many difficulties? So going from actually to get a ticket in Jaladuta ship, it's a great struggle. He was waiting for many hours to get the appointment of Sumati Murarji. And after talking to her is another great thing. And she was convincing that, oh, old man, you should not go. Of course, by the Lord's mercy and Srila Prabhupada's intelligence, somehow he convinced Sumati Murarji also and got the ticket in a Jaladuta ship. Okay, is it final, finished? No, after getting into it, 38 days of journey on the sea. Anyone traveled on sea? Very difficult. And Srila Prabhupada, when he got, within 1-2 days, he got seasickness. And he started vomiting. He's not able to take anything within his mouth. And on the way, few days later, he got heart attack also. And the captain told, oh Swamiji, why so much difficulty? You please go back. But what did Prabhupada say? Okay, give me the return ticket, I'll go back. Whatever happens, I'll go to the West and follow the instructions of my spiritual master and preach in the West. He's in the battlefield to fight against Maya. If at all I have to die, I will die on the battlefield. But I will not go back as a coward, scared of Maya. So look at Srila Prabhupada. So many struggles, so many struggles. Who else would have engaged us in so before that? Who would have given us the dhams such as Mayapur, Vrindavan and Jagannath Puri? So annual yatras, we mainly go through these three dhams. Puri, I know, for Rath Yatra, in TV we would have seen in the childhood. Big Rath is going, then my mother would say, Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. I don't know who is Jagannath only. Oh, maybe some god. Okay. After coming here, I understood that Jagannath is not different from Krishna. And Vrindavan, all of us know Lord Krishna's pastimes. But Mayapur, I never know before. After coming, then I understood that Mayapur is the place at waters of ISKCON. And that is a place where Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, came to give us this wonderful process of Krishna consciousness. Harinam. So a devotee of friend of mine, he was telling this, Prabhu, you have came from the great college. My college name is MVJ College. He was telling, Prabhu, you have come from MVJ College, Prabhu. You are such a great personality. What a great I have done. It's a normal engineering college. Do you know what is the full form of MVJ? Yes, Prabhu, MV Jairaman, that is the chairman. And it will not MV Jairam, Prabhu. MVJ means Mayapur, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri. So devotees are different levels. They see everything in Krishna consciousness. So who has given this for us? Ishwara Prabhupada. And for all of your information, all of us know. So in June, we are going to Sri Dham Mayapur Dham Ki. Everyone registered? Registered? Okay, you are not allowed. Who is going to get married? So who are not registered, please register yourself. Parama Mangala Shri Chaitanya Maha Prabhura Siksha Dhana. Parama Mangala Shri Chaitanya Maha Prabhura Siksha Dhana. Achare prachare sada amadere ke karita niyojana. Achare prachare sada amadere ke karita niyojana. Prema kalpataro nitai gaure rara Kripakala vidhare. Prema kalpataro Kripakala vidhare. Niravari jaya patakar dare Tomare sharana kore. Niravari jaya patakar dare Tomare sharana kore. The teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu constitute the greatest and most auspicious treasure, that is Krishna Prema. Nowhere before this Krishna Prema is given. It is that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got us in the age of Kali for all of us. So this is the most greatest treasure. And how we got from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from the whole parampara through Srila Prabhupada. Who else would have engaged us in constantly practicing and preaching it? So to attain Krishna Prema, we have to practice devotional service. Not just to practice, but also we have to preach. I cannot sit at one place and keep chanting. No, it's a process given for us by the Acharya Parampara. We have to preach. Krishna himself he preached, yes. He preached Bhagavad Gita. And in many other incarnations he came. And he preached the Vedic knowledge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us, preached, and all the parampara has preached. So following the parampara, we also have to engage in preaching activities. Not just practicing, but also preaching. Sri Sri Nitai Gaur are desiratories of love of Godhead. Desiring a drop of their mercy, Jai Pataka's heart incessantly takes shelter of your divine grace. So they are the desired tree, Sri Sri Nitai Gaur Sundar. So how to achieve the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Krishna? By attaining the lotus feet of Sri Sri Nitai Gaur Sundar. How to attain their lotus feet? By attaining the lotus feet of the whole parampara, and especially our immediate Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. How to attain his lotus feet? By following his instructions teachings coming in the institution through our superiors, through the Srila Prabhupada's representatives. So in one of the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, if I'm not wrong, 4th canto, chapter 28, verse number 50, 51, 52. So in one purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, we should even never think about ourselves, whether we are going back home, back to Godhead or not. We should not think about for ourselves that. Instead, what should we do? Our only life is meant for following the instructions of our superiors, the Acharya Guru. That should be our life and soul. So if we do it, automatically Krishna will take us home back to Godhead. We should not think even about ourselves, whether I'll go back home, back or not. Our only thought process is how to execute the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, the Acharyas, or the Guru Parampara. So that's why Srila Prabhupada writes in the 2nd chapter, verse number 41, Bhagavad Gita. So one should accept the instructions of the spiritual master as his life and soul. The same point he repeats in a number of purports in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So why he has to repeat again and again? To emphasize this is our life. The instructions of our spiritual masters is our life and soul and nothing else. So that should be our mood, our Gaudiya Parampara mood. We can see Srila Prabhupada also. He got the instructions, 2 instructions. Just to follow these instructions, that he made his life and soul is those 2 instructions. So all of us also should have that thing. Do I also got some bona fide instruction from our superiors or not? Some bona fide service do I have got? If not, please take it. So that is the saving grace for us, the instructions of the Parampara Acharya and our superiors. So only by following their instructions, we can attain the ultimate life's goal, that is Krishna Prema, the eternal service of Sri Radha and Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If there are any questions, we can discuss during Prashadam. It's all time up. We can discuss questions and reflections also. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.